Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Dennis Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder Gatewalkers, our Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure, featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who come to support the channel, hang out, play some games, and have a good time. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Folks at home.
Hello.
It's so good to see you all. I'm reading chat. We're talking Veilguard vibes, which I'm actually kind of liking. I mean, given the fact that you guys are Gatewalkers, Veilguard, I mean, there's kind of some similarities there if you've played the game. So, you know, very, very good game. I actually finished it a couple of days ago now. I love it. I love Dragon Age. It's one of my favorite franchises, minus the second game, and I don't care how many times I will remind people how piece of shit the second game was. The others were really good. I really enjoyed them. But yes.
Wow.
It's fine. It was what it was, right? The first game was amazing. It was innovative. You played it a million times because every single choice mattered, and you have a bunch of different options that you could play. The second choice, you got to play, you know, frickin' Mary Sue or Gary Sue, and everything revolved around these two wankers that you just gave no shits about, and you were playing them. You know, they literally had a personality that was drawn out of a paper bag. So, you know.
I mean, it's true. I don't really remember that much of that game.
Exactly, right? You should not have been the least interesting thing in that game. That's how I felt, you know. Varric was amazing. The Canary, we got to explore more. Even Flemeth had like a new freaking dragon goddess freaking set thing. Found out about the whole Mistral. You know, there's a million things that came from that game. None of which you were like interesting about, you know. It's like just like, who the hell are you? Anyway, I digress. Third game was amazing. Fourth game, I think, met the third game energy and then made it better. So yeah, there you go. Rudimentary review on Veilguard. Veilguard, very enjoyable, really good. And if you enjoyed Inquisition, you will love the mood and the story behind Veilguard. So yeah, there you go. Hey, Cookie Mon, good to see you. Oh, you're in the airport now. Ooh, hell yeah! Welcome back home. I hope your trip was safe and happy and stuff. So yeah, welcome. All right. Now, as always, guys, we have some people to thank for our show as well. Oh, Millsy, thank you so much for stopping by. 26 months. That's amazing. But yes, sponsors. We have people who help us keep the lights on here at the Dead Aussie Gamer channel. First of all, we have our lovely and amazing folks over at Hero Forge who create these wonderful and amazing tokens that you can see on stream here. It is a bespoke 3D model making software that allows you to create these really, really amazing pieces of art and get them 3D printed and shipped to you at home. There has already been the notice that has gone out for people to be putting in their last orders should you wish for stuff to arrive by Christmas. I think that's actually ending this week. So if you want stuff by Christmas, order now. Now. There you go. Then of course we have for our sound and amazing music that we'll hear over the course of today's game, we have the lovely folks over at Sirenscape that allow us to do this cool stuff. Sounds such as a creepy shopkeeper. Maybe. Creepy shopkeeper. Oh, let's try that again.
Is there anything I can help you find?
There we go. Freaking creepy little shopkeeper.
She just sounded like a grandma to
You'll
me.
find it quite the bargain.
Well, what if I do this? Nope.
Get out!
Ooh.
Okay, that's scary.
Yeah. Creepy old lady. Or maybe perhaps instead of being in a creepy old mansion, creepy old shop, maybe you're upon the high seas. And then there's pirates that are everywhere. And these pirates have come to plunder. Aye, we be the pirates that steal common sense. Ah, this place be barren. All right, we're off to find somewhere else. Goodbye. Yeah, fair enough. So yes, these musics, these sounds, and many more are available through Sirenscape. So go check them out. They are a hell of a lot of fun. Then, of course, we have our last sponsor, which is, of course, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice. Is it misaligned? Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, we're just going to cycle through a few things real quick. Hold on. Hachu.
Oh, I was trying to time it for the
oh, that's why it's
player
misaligned.
intros.
No, that's okay. That's how it's misaligned because on this,
Because of the wonderful things he does.
I do want to watch Wicked when I get a chance to. It's gonna be so much fun. Where are you?
Should we do player intros while you're
Yes, please
focusing
do.
on that?
Do the thing. These are players. Players are important. If I don't have players, then I can't play. That's oddly enough a thing. It's someone say it's a symbiotic relationship. I consider it parasitic, but nonetheless, I still love them, and I want them to introduce the characters that will well and truly and surely enough wreak havoc upon the game world as we play. Starting, of course, probably the least chaotic of our players, we have OG playing the role of Bashar.
Hi. First, I want to know, like, are we the parasites or?
No, the characters.
'Cause-
No, you guys are fine. You guys are great. Love having you guys. I'm gonna have a beer, have a schnitzel. You know, yeah.
Anyway, Emoji Lava Kitten. I'm playing as Lushara. She's an elven witch traveling with her familiar Magnus and a little rabbit named Monty. She's very anxious person internally because she's in a whole lot of overwhelming things that she's not used to. She's a city girl and she's out here just trying to find her twin brother when all these other things happen to her. And she's just trying to figure out, like, how do I just not curl up in a ball and cry and go home when I have things to accomplish? So she's on her own little personal journey of, like, I don't know how to be this hero that the other members of my party seem to be.
Down in Scully playing the rough, battered, and bruised dwarf Bill Rotar, who doesn't do a lot of thinking for himself, apparently, as he tries to be the muscle, which turns out quite apt, since apparently it's not a good idea to try and wrangle a bird in the air. Which will come to the summary.
Oh, no, you're... Sorry. Hi, I'm Neil from Immersion Diversion. I'm playing Arseni, the human turned skeleton turned dwarf turned back skeleton. I walked through a gate, hoping for fame, and came back out 8 months later as the skeleton you see before you, and questioning how he turned into one. The only explanation he could think of was, you don't just turn into one, as someone turns you into one. So he's trying to find out who or what, and if that is the case, turned him into the skeleton. But Arseni loves music, and he loves playing music as well. So he is a bard at heart, sorcerer.
Good evening, everyone. Hey, from Borlu, or from WA at least, Rubibi. And it's presently extremely warm, very humid right here. I'm right about a bit lower than the equator. And today I am playing Squee. Squee, the fanatical goblin who enjoys, who earns honor by breaking either theirs or another person's weapon in combat. Squee has wound up in this strange place on this strange planet with these even stranger people, as a goblin does when they get into mischief. They are acquainting, not sure if that's a word, with everybody still, and looking forward to maybe, hopefully, getting home at some point.
I just realized Squee's never seen me as a skeleton.
No, there was a whole bit about it last week that kind of, you're like, it's like, okie dokie. Well, we'll ignore that. I think Viv explained it to me, and I'm like, that's cooked.
Yeah.
Or does Squee just think resurrection gone on?
All right. I think my audio is coming out.
Resurrection gone wrong.
Aha. Ignore that. Don't worry about things. You have the geeky fuck. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Yay! Now everything sounds nice and I don't sound like I'm in a corridor. Yay. Okay. Hey, Turquoise.
Hey.
Hello. Love you too. Mwah. All right. Now, before we kick off, again, we have one last sponsor to thank for our show, and that is, of course, our lovely and incredible audience members who come along and help us play this game and have a bit of fun with us as well. Guys, first of all, just by watching the show, what are you doing, Marcus? Can we refund Marcus? You don't get divine interventions. No, it's divine interventions is an in-the-moment thing. What are you doing? Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
look.
I'm guessing you meant to hit the inspiration.
What? Yeah, you can have the inspiration. The inspiration's fine. You can't have a divine intervention when nothing's there. No. Return that to if we can return that to Marcus. So maybe you should listen to the instructions of No, it's fine. Anyway, channel points, as Marcus is very clearly demonstrating, are used to influence the game while we are playing, and allows player to re-roll the last. Yeah, exactly, the last of the next. So wait, you want to use? Let me have this clear. You want to use like an extra 50% on top of the inspiration for another inspiration? It's not in the words. Look, divine inspiration. Anyway, fine. So, channel points, earn them, spend them, however you want, apparently. And you can use them to influence the game while we play. Those of you who have been subscribers and subscribers for a long time, you guys earn channel points a little bit quicker and can use them. Yeah, basically, we have so many games during the week. There is plenty to earn while you earn it. I will modify divine inspiration to point out that it has to be done during the game because it's about the gods showing up and being favored. Not just, inspirations like, oh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I know. It's fine. Anyway. But those of you who have a little bit more, who have the ability to help Dag a little bit further out, with his Dag survival check. As you can see down there, we're building up Dag survival check, which just goes towards paying bills, buying food, stuff like that. We have a ton of rewards here for you guys to play with while we are in the game. First of all, for $5, you can earn a hero point for a player of your choice. This will be used to stave off a killing blow, petition the DM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Alternatively, that $5 can go towards a jinx points that can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. But then we have, of course, our $10 donation, in which you guys can donate to gain either a heroic action for a player of your choice, which serves as not only a hero point, but also a unique one-use power that the player will get to use at any point during the game. Or, for the $10, I will draw from a random deck of plot twists and flashbacks and insert the story prompt into the game as we go. We had a couple on the last game that were actually quite challenging, but we got there in the end. We made it. We had a thing. So yeah, these are really cool and keep me on my toes as a GM as well. Then for $20, you can donate to give someone the coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes you just need shit to work, and hey, natural 20s are how it happens. So yeah, there's that. Plus, we have a $50 donation, which is for either a magic item to a player of your choice, or if you decide, you can instead increase the difficulty of a challenge that the group is currently facing in a major way, making a monster even more powerful, making upping the stakes, making the terrain more difficult. There's a whole bunch of different ways where things just go catastrophically wrong for our players. Then, of course, we have the $100 secret menu item. The $100 secret menu item goes with a massive thank you to the people who donate to that one. It is a huge step for, again, my own stability and finances and things like that, and have a major impact on the game as we are playing. The $100 secret menu item for today's game, as you guys are maybe aware, the heroes are currently on the planet Castrovel and have just unleashed a pandemic of some kind. The obnubilate curse that was slaying elves has indeed now taken a firm hold of the planet that the group is on. And the $100 secret menu item is going to be something that's going to assist my heroes in this particular endeavor. Now, our heroes are a very mixed match collection of individuals, but there is a particular type of role that our heroes distinctly are missing. We are missing someone who is, of course, the scholar, archetype. We do not have someone who is simply book knowledgeable and someone who just basically has these kind of very deep-seated understandings of things. And given that our heroes are in a very, very well-to-do city, what I will provide my heroes with is a scholar mascot character. Much like how we have Magnus as a cat mascot character who turns into a warrior, our heroes will find themselves with a mascot who has the ability to delve into the knowledge centers of what is going on around the world and stuff and provide information to our heroes. Now, those who donate for the secret menu item will get to determine who gets the mascot as a primary companion and what that mascot might be. Perhaps you would like to see Bilrotar with a tiny fairy that lives in his beard. Maybe Squee talks to a giant rock with some googly eyes put on it, and for some reason it knows exactly how the world works. Whatever the creative story you have for this mascot, the only rules behind it are that it cannot be a entire PC character. It has to be a mascot character. And of course it has to be a source of knowledge and, well, not necessarily wisdom, just knowledge, really. So it has to have some means to communicate with someone. Again, even if it's in their own head, it has to have some means. But yes, you will get to decide whatever this individual happens to be. It could be cute. It could be horrifying. It could be whatever you'd like. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, I mean,
Yeah,
if I wanted to go Sorry, go on.
Sorry. Arsene gets haunted by their like prior dwarf ghost form.
No, I was just thinking like a tiny baby mimic starts living in Arsene's skull and actually disguises itself as a glass eyeball, and then every time it like opens its mouth and it's like hello.
Oh my gosh.
And for some reason or another, but here's the thing: because it's living in Arsene's head, the reason it's a knowledge-based thing is because it's literally shapeshifted into a brain. Yeah.
Ooh. And then the brain has teeth.
Well, yeah, the brain has teeth and an eyeball because the eye comes out of the eye socket. See? It's all right
and
there.
it's a good way of saying it always devours the things it reads.
That's true. That's true. It does like devouring a good book. And you can have these moments where Arsene's just talking at the same time as it. I think that perhaps the gods have left this as a clue to not go into the temple without a priest of the god.
What are those eldritch brains called? The creatures.
The elder brains?
Like devouring?
The elder brains is just living.
Yeah, that's it. Just lives in his skull. So there you go. Anyway, like I said, bunch of different stuff. Yeah. It's just Arsene just becomes a parrot, effectively. Arsene becomes the companion somehow, you know. Anyway. All right. So yes, donations are all up there. I don't think we have any for today, which is fine. We are always here to love and entertain regardless. So let us now delve into today's session. One moment while I pull this up. All right. So, when last we left our epic adventurers, our heroes, a while ago now, found themselves falling victim to several portals that resided across Galarian. These great and strange structures were known as the Aedara, elven gates that were once used a long time ago to evacuate the elves during a time of crisis from the world of Galarian. However, 8 months ago, mysteriously, they activated and lured in several individuals who saw their greatest desires beyond the precipice of these gates, and upon walking through, had their memories erased, regurgitating from these portals 8 months later with nothing more than a tattoo upon their body, a strange and bizarre symbol, and haunted dreams. Our heroes began their work to try and uncover what became of the time that was missing, or should I say, the missing moments. With the assistance of Professor Edward Riddleson, an individual who, like our heroes, had also fallen victim to the portals. Our heroes were led upon a grand task, a grand quest, in which they found that the portals themselves could be activated with the use of a strange object known as the Shade Wither Key. The Shade Wither Key was in the possession of an evil fae by the name of Kaneepo, who had been haunting the region surrounding the Sevenarches and the southern areas of the River Kingdom. But after breaking through and entering into the Nighthold, sieging the tower that belonged to Kaneepo's throne, and liberating the key, with the assistance of a small, cute little individual named Hubert Hedge, our heroes were able to take the key and escape the Nighthold. However, their escape was not smooth. Having to use the key and the Aedaras, they found themselves instead thrown into a foreign and strange land. The sky itself, the plants, the animals, the creatures, all which seemed quite alien. And alien was right. As our heroes were no longer on the world of Galarian, but on a sister planet named Castrovel, a place where elves seemed to be a major part of the population of civilized cultures. After scouring through the jungles and making their way, fighting creatures and monsters, and eventually making their way to this large light rail delivery system, our heroes... Actually, no, you didn't even make it across, did you? You got rescued. You got rescued. Rescued from the jungles by some elven scouts. Our heroes were brought to the city. The city of... no, that's not right. What is the city's name? Apologies. It is the city of... the gondola. Losky... God damn it. Okay, 1 second. Loskaya Lua. That is the name. Loskaya Lua. When they arrived, they were greeted by a friendly face. A woman by the name of Valeli. A person who had studied the stars and the planets and their alignment to fates. She saw you as fate having been thrust upon her, and she was so excited, quickly researching much about your travels, the use of the Aedara, and conversing with a friend of hers who she says she's been communicating with on Galarian. However, before she was able to communicate any more, our group handed over the Shade Wither Key and explained its power to connect the Elven Gates. But alas, a trap had been laid. Kaneepo had orchestrated a terrible disease that had run rampant like a curse over the lands of the River Kingdoms. It is called the Obnubilate Curse, one that killed his mortal enemies, the elves, upon touch. And as soon as Aleli laid hands upon the Shade Wither Key, she passed out, falling to the ground unconscious. The symptoms of the Obnubilate Curse now present in her. A few others, panicked by her sudden collapse, went to lend aid, but unfortunately also elves, falling victim one after the other after the other. Inevitably, as panic was about to grip the people, another elf has stepped forward and demanded calm. He has asked for all those non-essential to clear the space and for the heroes to step forward, as there is much that needs to be dealt with. And that is where we are right now. So, about 10-20 minutes pass. The elves who have been afflicted have been taken to a medical bay, the place where Bilratar and Arsini had been resting and recuperating, not too far from where you guys were originally talking with Aleli. You guys have been asked to take the elves as this individual, who identified himself as Genthiel, refuses to touch the bodies. Does anyone protest taking the elves to their beds, or nope, just gonna do that? Cool.
I just want to say I barely know these guys. I didn't know they were
Tushar is just gonna look at Squee like,
We're not
really, right
terrorists.
now?
We didn't
Certainly looks
know that was gonna happen.
like that.
We can explain, but let's get these people into beds.
Am I gonna turn out like cheated?
No,
Okay.
you're not an elf. You're not an elf. You'll be all right.
As you say this and place the victims onto their beds, Genthiel speaks again. It appears that you understand more of the curse that has afflicted our friends. Perhaps maybe you would enlighten me as to what it is that is transpiring and what to expect as the curse progresses.
Yes. Yes, this curse afflicted our planet. We recently were able to use a wish to get rid of it from our planet, but we didn't realize that the Fae who created it put it into an object that we carry. This
To be
curse,
fair,
unfortunately, does end in their death if we can't find a way to stop it.
I
As
see.
hokey as that sounds, these people have so far been very friendly and nice, and I'm inclined to believe them.
As am I. We do not have many enemies here, at least none of your particular inclinations. To have you enter our city under good pretenses only to curse it intentionally, well, seems a little far-fetched. Would you be so kind as to present the key that you speak of? Of course, keeping a distance.
Of course. And Ushar will pull it out of her bag and just split up.
No, he doesn't die. He doesn't. Just.
Oh no!
Oh, no,
I did it again! Okay.
The Blade Shither key, right?
The Shade Wither key, yes.
That's what I said.
He begins to cast a
Okay.
series of spells. You watch as these magic runes begin to carve in the space between his hands and the key, and as he does, you watch as several tiny little symbols start to align in a particular way, then blacken and disappear. He stops for a moment and says, "This is fascinating. I've experienced the psychic signature that attaches to this key only once before. My mother, Iskariel, revealed it to me so that I would recognize it again in such a time should it appear. It is the imprint of Osseo, the Black Frost Whale."
So what now? Okay.
That's more than we've ever known.
I thought you got it off some Fey guy.
Well, he was a very evil fae. But the key had always been locked away until Kaneepo stole it again. Nobody's ever really been able to study it, and I don't think anybody ever had this much information, just this little bit. It's always been a mystery, and nobody realized it was tied to the key. Just appeared.
Well, my mother was a renowned healer, and also part of a secret society, a fellowship tasked with remembering the campaign against Osuyo, an old and powerful enemy to the elves. Of this particular being, however, I know almost nothing, except that it was a grave threat, a danger so terrible and immense that even the mere legend of it was passed down to only a few worthy scholars.
You see, well, anything we can do to help, we would obviously feel terrible that we've inadvertently brought this here.
Well, if Aleli were awake and able to say so, she would, for certain, insist that the stars have brought you here for a reason. And for you to know so little, and for us to at least know so much, cannot be simple mere coincidence. Now, on to the matter at hand of you bringing the key here. As we stated and have established, it is a danger to the elves here, and as such, you are being accused of quite heinous acts of genocide, I suppose. But rest assured, as I mentioned, this will not necessarily be the end of things. As I mentioned, Osuyo's power is not unfamiliar, and there is one expert. You will need to go and retrieve the information from my mother. There is only one slight problem with this. My mother has been dead for nearly 100 years.
More than a slight problem.
Well, thankfully, however, all is not lost. You see, the elves of Oyata hold true vast traditions and keep close to them the knowledges of ancient times past. Beneath the city lies the memory cache, a place where we allow those who are truly insightful or maintain a great deal of knowledge and wisdom. We hold their psychic impressions so that it may be passed down from generation to generation, safeguarded by sages known as the Calderborn, who have spent many years ensuring its protection. My mother was one such, honored to be housed within the memory cache. I'm going to say it 1,000,000 times. Cache, 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 cache. Sorry, we were having a very big discussion about this earlier on.
Lead on to the cache, then.
Well, unfortunately, we are not well suited to head down to the cache. You see, it has been 100 years since any has journeyed there. Only the worthy are allowed further access, unless they wish to surrender their knowledge and their expertise. I could only take you to the grotto entrance, but beyond that, it will come to you to traverse the interior, prove your worthiness, and of course, request the information from my mother. If that is what you so wish.
Got it. One of those, I'll just turn the other way kind of dealios. Very well.
If you can speak with my mother, I am sure you will find more information than you need about the Black Frost whale. In return, I only ask that you also inquire to her of any knowledge she might have about this curse and how to remove it.
Anything else? Like, it's been 150 years. You want us to say you love her?
No. Just go to the place, find the gardeners who tend the place. They will help you find Iskariel. Then retrieve your knowledge and return.
Of course. I obviously have a vested interest in not having this curse spread anywhere else. And like to get it removed from your people before it gets worse, as you've been nothing but kind to us.
Thank you. The kindness of a select few, however. As I mentioned, there are those who are quite angered with you at present, and it'd be best and most prudent if we were to leave surreptitiously.
Of course.
Bill, still with a pounding headache from everything that's happened. Plus, so it sounds though this is quite a significant place. Should we be aware of any right to introduce herself to these? You call them gardeners. We don't want to offend, after all.
You have.
I think he's asking us to speak in.
You have any right, as much as the next person, to inquire.
No, I meant to make sure we don't offend them just by turning up in rags or dirt or...
Oh, no, they will not mind such things.
Great.
I would suggest perhaps staying your hand at violence if you wish to maintain their good side, but ultimately... This is supposed to be
just
a challenge.
hands sing with the violence.
They don't have anything against undead, do they?
Do you remember the piece where I mentioned that they have not been visited in over 100 years?
No, I'm not talking about another there. I'm talking about right here, as I just point at me.
Oh. I mean, it's not exactly the most settling of things, but as you could probably tell, as I have not blasted you to oblivion, we are aware of the undead. We are not... I mean, would you like us to? Is that...
No.
Oh.
No. I consider myself a human still. I have no idea how this happened. I'm trying to figure that out too. So,
aren't you the skeleton of a dwarf?
A lot has happened. I was first human, turned skeleton somehow, turned dwarf, and now back to skeleton. From your friend who revived me. So.
I get a funny feeling at this point, Bill will grab his hat and stick on his head so he doesn't appear as a skeleton.
Oh, right. Like all my equipment is up to the side, and you grab my hat.
Oh, right.
This is what I used to look like,
so you have the ability to turn that into a non-issue. Odd that you would point it out in order to try and learn more about it. But nonetheless, if you are ready to embark upon your journey, then tarry not, as I am sure that my companions do not have much time left.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We would love to go immediately to try to help them before things get worse.
All right.
And
He
What was
also
your-
avoid imprisonment.
What was his name again?
his name is Genthiel. Now, on the way over, he will send for a runner to go and purchase and buy certain supplies for you. At this point in time, you guys will have enjoyed the benefit of a full rest.
Yay.
Yay.
In addition, anything
Yay.
that you guys have added to your purchase that we talked about has now been added to your character sheet as you travel through the city.
Oh, sweet.
Yes,
Ooh.
sweet indeed. Okay.
So, while we're walking along this way, we haven't really discussed much about my willingness to help you all.
You want to get off this planet, right?
Absolutely, but this whole disease
go.
thing, that's
No, yeah, we gotta take care of this first.
that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be sentenced with you. So if the elves ask at trial, I met you on this planet. Like I haven't come with you from somewhere.
That's exactly what happened, yeah.
Yes.
It's not like it did maybe
We will
happen,
do
it
whatever we
absolutely
can
happened.
to we will do whatever we can to assure them you had nothing to do with this. Should it go that way?
Yeah.
Preferably we save everybody and rid the curse instead.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for my own continued vested interest, I propose to you a small bargain. It would definitely be a bargain. Well, you see,
good
I'm itching to reclaim some of my honor, and I see one of you is the kind of martially inclined individual whom I might test myself against. How about we settle this with a nice and simple duel? If you win, I will indeed do your bidding and assist you in clearing your names. If I win, however, I will indeed lead you forward in assisting these elves.
So either way, you're coming with us.
I guess. I hadn't really thought about that.
Well, this is
Sounds
hardly
like a
the
good deal to you,
time
though.
to get into a duel, as we are about to go see these gardeners for
Not right
access.
now, but sometime in the
you
future.
can have the duel, but it doesn't have to be. You didn't say what kind of duel it has to be. It's rock paper,
With
scissors,
weapons.
go! As I point at both of you.
Don't worry,
Duel is
Squee.
there.
I'm sure we'll have an arm wrestling contest at some point.
No. I want the swords out, big guy.
Hey, Bill, as I whisper to you, see if he is worthy of lifting your sword.
Bill looks at, it's only just got fixed again. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm gonna break that
Let's give it one day.
The
Okay.
Genthiel tries very hard to not pay attention to what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Good. None of his
Sorry.
business.
Oh, damn.
Just past the edge of town, huge trees gnarled with branches loom over a wide circular stone well. The well's interior seems to be lined with ancient stone steps that lead down and spirals into the dark of the earth. Eventually, it comes out into what looks to be a stone passageway at the bottom of the well. You've gone down at least a mile, The sounds of the jungle have faded and have been replaced with a deep thrum of the earth. The dwarves call it the Song of Stone. At the bottom of the stairs, the passage now widens to a large landing, with the only two ways out: forward through the corridors and up through the stairs. It is here that Genthiel bids you farewell. He leaves behind a torch and will tell
Torch in
you...
this oxygen-rich environment. That's interesting.
No, there's oxygen here. There's a little bit.
No, I meant with the super oxygen to go
Oh,
bang.
but yeah, I mean, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, that is true.
I mean,
So with
flammable,
yeah,
but
so
cave, so
yes, well, no. So with the super oxygen, the light is brighter. It does burn much brighter for sure.
ooh.
All right. However, this is the only place that he is putting a torch. If you want a torch as you travel, you may add one as well. Whoops.
Yeah.
There we go.
I've still got a completely blank map
Oh,
to be fair.
Okay, 1 second.
Who wants the extra?
Which is
torch?
weird, since obviously I've got dark vision as a dwarf as well.
That is weird. Are
You're
you
a cape.
There you go. Does that help?
No, I can't even see tokens on the map on my side. For some
Oh.
reason.
let me-
Oh.
Oh, that's because you hadn't shared the right. I was looking at the old map.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Caving it is.
Let's go see some gardeners, I guess. One of you usually lead?
I guess that's usually my job. At least that way, if I fall,
Your job, hey?
at least that way, if the ground gives way, you know it's not going to survive everyone else.
Mhm.
All right.
So Bill will start heading down. I presume, since if no one's picking up a torch, everyone's almost grabs on or follows behind.
Yeah, I'll kind of follow him.
Yeah.
Oop. I can't see behind whatever this happened. Yeah, it's just
Oops.
So,
All right.
Bill,
so
where'd
as
you
Bill
go?
approaches the dark interior of what appears to be a large space,
So,
You want me to take the back just in case anyone comes up behind us?
but Bill will shout over shoulder. If one of you want to make magical lights, if just float above your head, feel free. Assuming
I
none of you
can't
can.
cast that.
Let me check.
I don't know how to use magic, I'm sorry.
Let me see what I have.
Bill would light his lantern, but he doesn't want to trust fire
Aha.
in this world.
I can create light.
Ooh,
all right. You're
I
gonna create
have
lights.
I have a light cantrip.
That'll do. All right. Who do you want to cast the light
I
cantrip on?
I'll.
Who do you want to be the beacon in the darkness?
Oh boy, I was gonna put it on, but now I'm scared. Who wants? Oh, Squee, you'd like to be the light? Okay,
Me.
I will touch Squee and cast the magic to put light on him. And
Okay.
kill him.
All right. Squee, a beautiful light. Now,
oh, thank God I could see now.
Oh my gosh. This is incredible.
actually, let me see if I can. Can I? Oh,
And
yes.
since I can make it whatever color I like, I'll
Yeah,
just
go
make it a nice warm candlelight. Like that nice warm color.
Sure.
That is cool that you could just change the color of the light.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh,
So
there
I
we
will
go.
be right behind Squee since he's the light now.
There you go. You got the warm candle light for Squee. Okay. Now, as you enter the next chamber, this area here actually does have a little bit of light.
Ooh.
Okay. The sky peeks into the sinkhole here in this chamber through a fissure in the ceiling, hundreds of feet above the floor. Narrow streams of water cascade down the walls in a dozen tiny waterfalls, collecting in a pool to the south. Beyond the pool, the ceiling lowers into a smaller cavern that turns a corner and disappears from view, which is over here. As you enter, you see that there are several creatures that seem to be scurrying and moving through the bramble and bushes here. They are kind of like these spider-like frog things. I will share an image with you in a moment.
Ooh.
They also look sort of like naked mole rats.
A little bit, yeah. We're like with like a squid beak or something like that.
Naked roll spider, bat, or
Kind of
rat,
like them.
Yeah.
beak birds.
How big are these?
They are mediums. They are medium-sized creatures.
Oh, damn.
Oh, hey there, little guys.
Where'd Bilrata go?
He's under Squee. Squee
I'm
moved
under
forward.
Squee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We just getting all up in everyone's business.
Yeah, just like getting on top of people, like under people. This is how we do it in like goblins, like society. Personal boundaries are like not a thing.
Out the window.
Well, knowing the fact that we were advised not to cause violence, do these things look actively aggressive as we approach?
They do as soon as you gain their attention. They start to make this weird clicking noise, almost as if they're trying to suss something out. Everyone can make me a survival check as you watch them do this. You notice that they don't have eyes. They just sort of, again, making this sort of like...
Oh, shit.
What level are you guys?
4.
4. Okay, the DC is... That. The DC is 24.
Ooh.
Bang. You've also had a donation come through, Dag, that you've not processed.
Oh, we have. Who has donated? Who dares donate to my channel? Christina tipping a $20 donation. You bloody legend, you. A hero point for all those present. A present to those present. Thank you so much, Christina. Christina, I hope you're doing well. I hope you are enjoying all the things that life has to offer in all its resplendent glory, you beautiful, wonderful, and amazing sunshine of a human you.
Thank you, Christina.
Bam! Hero point for everyone. Yay!
Yay.
Okay. I'm all like flustered. I'm like, yay! You know. Okay. So, clicking noises. None of you can identify what this clicking means.
Clearly how they communicate. I'm going to click back to them.
All right. As soon as that happens, we go into initiative.
I'm assuming Bill is no longer off guard, by the way, Dag.
I don't know. Are you on guard? Are you on guard? Is that
On guard.
No, it's fine. I will do that in just a moment.
I'm definitely not on guard.
How's this? Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Let me just adjust this ever so slightly. Bilrata is not off guard. We will remove those who are not here today. And we will roll initiative. All right, Bilrata, you are up first, followed by Lashara, then the Spider Frogs, then Squee, and then Arsini. But now, the Spider Frogs do get an action, which they will use to begin with, which is going to be a beam of heat A volatile psychic energy begins to gather between the multitudes of their pits that line their face. And as it does so, it creates this very, very hot source of energy that flies outwards. I need Squee to make me a fortitude save.
Okie dokie.
And Bilratar, you can go for the other one.
A fort save, you say?
Yes, please. Ooh, that is a failure on both parts. But not a critical failure, so that is fine. At least you feel like when this beam of heat hits you, it does not hit you like a bolt of fire, but instead causes your metabolism to start accelerating, to start moving faster and faster and faster, and you feel your internal temperature suddenly spike upwards as these creatures unleash a psychic, sort of a self-immolation blast at you. All right, that is the opening volley.
Yep.
Bilratar, you're up.
Yep, for the free action, because I keep forgetting to do this at start combat. Bill would have gone into the rage, especially with that. So clearly it's come from these things. So action 1, he's going to run up to one of them. He's then going to try to grab onto one of these strange things in question.
Yep. Oh,
Whoa!
damn. Natural 20. Yeah, you leap up and you basically manage to wrap your arm around a few of the limbs. And I'm also going to throw in the fact that you have pulled them prone to the ground as well as grappling them as part of your critical hit here.
Very well. That works even better because
Grab
the last thing
and
Bill went...
prone. Done.
Yep.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
last
I
thing Bill went-
added grab to you. Sorry, one sec.
Oh.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
So with that, can Bill start to drag this thing down to the water's edge, ready to chuck into the water?
Sure.
See if it can drag.
All right, make another athletics check. So yeah, you've basically dragged it off the wall. Now you will move at half speed, and the water is 20 foot away from you.
Yep, so I can get, I think it's 15 just now.
Ooh, that is a failure, unfortunately, even with the penalties that it is currently taking.
Yep.
Do you want to use a hero point?
Yeah, since that was a 3, that's fine.
All right, let's see how this hero point goes.
Ooh.
Not much
Ooh.
better.
Unfortunately, no. It is still grappled. It is still prone. However, it does not get pried. It basically uses its multiple legs to kind of just sort of cling to the ground and drag itself, preventing it from being dragged forward. You have one last action. Oh, wait, no. You moved, you athletics, and then you... Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Lashara. You're not quite sure what happened here. Just all of a sudden, you see this like glowing light hit both Bilratar and Squee, and then suddenly Bilratar's running off, and you hear the sound of a commotion in the darkness. Well, around the corner, really, not in the darkness, but yeah.
All right. She's going to cast a shield on herself. 'Cause don't know what's going on, but that's scary. First we're going to do that. So shield on myself. And then I'm going to do Stoke the Heart on Squee. Let me drop that on him. And then I will use that to grant myself It was temporary hit points. I just can't remember what I think it was. Where do I find it? Abilities. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's hit points equal 2 to half your level. So, okay, I have 4 temporary hit points on myself.
Done.
And my last action, I'll just move up a little bit and just see if I can see a little bit more because Arsini is right there.
You can move past him.
And that. Okay, yeah. Let me just.
Yeah, unless they restrict you, you can move through ally squares.
Okay. Then I will move there just so I have a better view, and then promptly wish I hadn't. Should just be like, oh, this is awful, and that's my turn.
All right, easy done. The first of the spider frogs that has been grabbed by Bilratar is going to what's it going to do? It's just going to keep blasting you with this heat beam, just like constantly trying to stop you from dragging it away. Unless there is something here that tells me it only uses it a number of times per day. No. Oh, but it does lower the DC each subsequent round. So the first DC is 20, second DC is 16, third DC is 12. So could I get 3 fortitude saves?
That's just because multiple attack, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So it's giving it a multiple attack penalty.
So, fortitude 1.
Whoa! Natural 20, nice. Well, yep. You completely ignore the first iteration. Second fortitude.
Whoa!
That's another natural 20. Now, Bilratar, at this point in time, I'm going to ask you to roll another d20 flat out just to see if you TKO this creature. Oh, fuck me.
So
Okay. All right. Well, it's not a TKO, but you have landed a crit. Jesus, that was close. Holy crap. Okay. That would have been so. Basically, I had such a good idea for what I would do
when they're attacking you.
Well, no, yeah, easy. So the way I would have had it is I would have had Bilratar just grab the creature's head so that all that psychic blast just hit it in the head and it boiled its own skull.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
So that's already 3 20s I've rolled in this session.
That is 3 20s
Nice.
you've rolled this session, but not subsequent though. So.
Not subsequent.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then
And third one.
the third one.
Oh, for God's sake.
You know
Yeah,
what?
the
Fuck it.
problem-
I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you this one. I feel like because technically the 17 isn't a roll of any kind per se, whereas you did just make 3 nat 20s on the 3 saves. So I'll give you that one. So
Wow.
Bilratar, as you drag this creature from its perch, you watch as the heat beam starts to charge up, but instead, using your big dwarven fist, you grab it square above the beak where this energy is trying to coalesce. Instead of coalescing outside of its skull, it now coalesces within, with the first blast going off, then the second, and then the third. You hear this pitiful whimper as this creature then starts to ooze this kind of pinkish blue liquid that explodes outwards and causes the creature to effectively go limp, melt, and instantly die. Ooh, I should do that. I should make chat emotes for like the 20 count, the TK. Yeah.
And Bill's response is just to shake his hands, going, "Ah, they're squishy."
They're squishy.
All right. Shit. Well, the second one is going to go for Squee and continue on this this path. So let's do this. Squee, fortitude save, s'il vous plaît. The first one will fail. It will succeed.
Oh.
it will deal 9 points of damage as the fire hits you. A second fortitude, if you'd be so kind. Ooh, your second fortitude is a critical success. You do not take any damage from this second one.
Right.
And last but not least, a final fortitude save. With a 19, that is a regular success. Which does not do anything, I believe. Yep, you're unaffected. So there you go. All right. With 3 beams, you do still feel yourself slowly increasing in heat, but nonetheless, you manage to stave off the majority of the of this creature's special ability. Which then brings us to Squeeze turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna charge the thing, and firstly, I would like to use my second action to use a combat assessment. So, on a hit, I can immediately attempt a check to recall knowledge about the target. And on a critical hit, I'll gain a +2 circumstance bonus to that check. So I want to try and recall anything else. Maybe now that it's zapped me in a little bit, I'm like, oh, I've heard of this before. Who knows?
Okay. Geez, what would this one? Nature, I believe, would be the check involved with this one.
Excellent. Let's see if I can hit it first, though. There we go. Hit it. Oh, wait, I roll it onto the thing. Sorry, I'll roll it onto the guy.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Did you want me to roll that onto the guy instead?
No, that'll be fine. He will indeed trip over and fall prone.
Okie dokie, great. Was that a critical hit?
Let's find out. 16 is the DC that you needed, so yes, it is a critical success.
Outstanding. So I get a +2 bonus to this.
Nice.
What is it? It is nap.
Oh.
Did you already add the +2 there?
I don't think
Okay, so no. Well, here's the thing. So on the bottom left-hand side where it says modifier, you can add a +2. It is very important. But yes, your critical failure, thankfully, however, is only on a knowledge check. So as far as you're concerned, these things are frogs. They're frogs, as far as you know.
Does this also trigger dubious knowledge?
Do you need to tell me what that is?
Dubious knowledge. So when I fail at looking at something, let me just pull it back up. Yeah, if I fail to remember to do a knowledge check. Okay. From memory, you give me 1 correct and 1 incorrect answer.
Is that what it says? 1 correct and 1 incorrect?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you fail, don't critically fail a recall knowledge check using any skill.
You did critically fail.
Okay. You're all good then.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you do not know anything about them apart from that they're frogs, which means they're likely amphibious. They probably have some sort of tadpole form. That is all you can tell about them.
Sounds delicious. All right. Action number 2. Action number 3. I'm going to raising my shield doesn't hurt against their brain blasts, does it?
No.
I'm just gonna go for a second attack against the thing.
Okay.
Just this tiny screen.
All right. Unfortunately, that is going to miss.
M's my 3.
All right. Done and done. As we then go to our city.
All right. Seeing Squee kind of miss all these attacks, I'm gonna try and help him out a little bit.
Mhm.
As I pull out my newly acquired instrument that I picked up in town, and turns out there's a little bit of magic inside of this thing. When I looked in town and found it.
I mean, you didn't know that when you bought it? You paid like...
No, I did.
You paid like
I did.
90 gold for like a thing that you're like, this loot
No,
looks like
I
it's worth
found
my-"
it.
I'm joking. I'm teasing,
I found it
Neil.
in town and noticed that that's about it. So I was like, oh, cool.
He bought it for 90 gold, and then turned out it was magic.
Turns out it's magic.
Yeah.
And that's when my life was turned upside down. Coming this summer, our city and the magic loot. Sorry, I'm done.
So I'm gonna one action pull it out because I didn't have it out quite yet, and it takes 2 actions to cast Infectious Enthusiasm, which I can choose to +1 either my attack, will saves, or skill checks based on charisma. So I'm gonna give myself a +1 to attack, and so even though it's a 2 action, so on your guys' turns, because it affects my allies that see me do this, and I can see everyone currently right now, they can spend an action to also gain this +1 to the attack. If
Cool.
they wish to.
Thanks, Arsene.
Yeah. So I'm just playing my loot and being like, go get him, Squee! And Buritar and Lutar if you're wanting to go after it. And that is my turn.
Okay. Buritar, we're back up to you.
Okay. So the first 2 actions I'm going to thematically try and do as one. So with this frog gut still in his hands,
Oh, brains,
Belrotar is
probably.
going to... Well, brains, yeah. Belrotar is going to walk over, and because I've got Intimidating Glare, I'm using the remains of his friend's parts all over his hands. Can I glare and try to demoralize this other creature as I walk across very slowly with the blood dripping from his hands?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
happy for that.
Uh,
I will also give you a benefit on this, too. All right, go ahead.
okay.
Your target
Have fun
number
getting
is 17.
Ooh.
That is not a 17.
It's not a 17. But
Well,
if I,
it probably sees you coming and just is more threatened by you than it is like intimidated by you, if that makes sense. What I tell people as well is just because you have failed in intimidation doesn't mean they don't take you seriously. You are a threat. However, it is a threat they're not afraid of, so they arc up. You watch as it sort of like its muscles move into more of an attack formation and stuff. So move, intimidate, one more action.
Yep, I find because it also pulls its attention to me rather than everyone else, which is also part of the reason for doing
Sadly, not on a failed check. You know.
it. No, but
yeah.
so without any weapons out, he's just going to try and punch it while it's in the tree.
Punch it while it's in the tree. Do it.
Oh, on fire, Bill.
Okay, dang.
I
Whoa.
don't know why that came up as multi-attack 3 when...
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it still hits. It might crit, though, if it's the first attack.
that would add an extra
10.
8 with the fist.
Oh, 8? So that
Because
is...
it's agile, it's only 4s, not 5s. with fists.
So, no, it is just shy of a crit.
Oh.
Because AC is 19.
But he still takes that. But that would be Bill.
Okay. Next up is Lashara. Lashara is meditating.
Sorry. Yes, she was meditating for a second. But the infectious enthusiasm, you said it was an action to get that bonus.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one action to get the +1 to your attack.
Oh, to an attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I have to choose when I cast it. It's attack, will save, or a charisma skill based check.
Okay, and you went with attack. Okay, that's fine. That just changes which attack I'll use.
I was
Alright,
gonna do fort, but then I saw that it's like, oh, it's only will, and I'm like, ah, shit.
Okay.
So I can't.
No problem. I will use the action to get that +1 bonus and
Sweet.
throw Divine
Let me-
Lance at this thing.
Let me put that on you.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Put this over here so I can see my little monster friend. Divine Lance. And
Oh.
All right. As you
Boom.
create, you do have hero points if you want to use them.
I think I still have an hero. No, I'm gonna use the hero point. Yeah. I'll use the
All
hero
right.
point for that. Let's try one more time.
You channel all of your positive energy into a singular lance-like object as you fling it between Squee and Squee and Bilritar, and it critically hits. Deal your damage.
Nice.
All right.
That is the kind of upgrade you want to have.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
And take that.
Whoa!
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. That is that gonna calculate it? There we go. 16 points of damage that explodes onto the scene, and we get a crit card.
Ooh.
Ooh. Let's go with number 2.
1,
Teamwork.
2. Here we go. Okay. Ooh, Mind Cloud. The target is stupefied 2 until it heals. Now,
Whoa.
instead of this, I'm still going to use Mind Cloud. However, I'm going to disrupt its heat beam from that.
Whoa.
So basically, because it has trouble focusing and stuff like that, it is unable to utilize its heat beam this round. Which, of course, is just in time, as it is now its turn. It is going to waste its first turn trying to use its heat beam, believing itself to still be capable of it. But as it finds itself unable to, it turns its next action to biting, and is going to try and bite Squee. It does not bite Squee.
Ending. Love that for us.
I'm going to... No, I'm going to keep my nat 20. I can do better.
With himself.
All right. And I'm going to go with a second attack again with the jaws and try to bite again and miss again. All right. So 2 nasty little bites and does not actually manage to do much. This frog is on its last legs as we go to Squee, who stands before it. Also,
All right.
Summer Clover.
I'm hoping to try and maybe I'll just hit this thing. Let's hit it. Let's
Do you want to spend an action for the bonus?
What was that? Sorry. Oh,
Because it lasts the whole
yeah,
round.
no,
It lasts for every round.
How do
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's cool that it lasts like the whole thing. It's like as long as you want to. Yeah.
All right, real quick. As Squee goes to attack, what Squee ends up doing is Squee ends up slashing one of the vines that's just above where this creature is, as on his way through the creature's body, and it rains down what looks to be like this massive bushel of four-leafed plants that rain down upon you all. As our dear friend McClover has come in with the big old donation and filled out everyone's hero points. Thank you, McClover, for your incredibly generous donation, my friend. I hope you're doing well. All my love to you and your family, and I hope, and I know that work's been a little bit tricky to navigate at the moment, so please accept my best thoughts and prayers when it comes to your work. I hope that it eases up. I hope that you get a lot of time to be able to put focus on the things that are most important, family, etc., and things. So, big love, man. Mwah. All right. Yeah. Cool. All the good vibes. Okay. That was Squee. Roll your damage to stabbity stab. And we'll get you a crit card.
Okie dokie.
There's the crit button at the bottom if you need it.
Whoa.
No, it'll automatically do it. But yep, all right. 18 points of damage. The creature is not looking great. Pick us a number between 1 to 5. Let's see what happens.
Hey.
2?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I didn't quite hear what you said.
I said 3, but yeah,
3.
2's great.
No, we can go 3. 3 is your thing. So piercing damage, guarded strike. You gain +2 AC to the end of your next turn. As when you've stabbed him, you've taken on a defensive stance. There is actually a type of knife combat style from Savat, I believe, which is a French military type of martial art that they have. When you slash and you cut, you actually take a stance to hold the knife in front of you while using a second hand to guard. So you've taken this guard up so that if he attacks you with anything, you can quickly parry and then attack from behind if you need to. So yes, you have acquired martial arts. Done.
That's what is we call it.
Let's keep it.
Oh!
Nice! You come in from the side and wham! You stab again into the giant frog rat thingy. Deal your damage. Oh wait, hold on. Before you do that, nope. Yep, carry on. You're good. You're good. You're good. I just need to.
All right.
Yep. And that will.
I like sink it in. I'm just like.
Nice.
It squishes.
Ooh.
And as you silence the creature, all you can now hear is the water from the cavern dripping down from the walls.
That was awesome, you guys. This loot is more effective than I thought it'd be. Well,
And Bill goes over to wash his hands
Yeah.
from the gut.
All right. You head over to the water and you wash your blade and you wash your hands and the like. Likewise, you can see that just across the water capture over here seems to be another chamber just beyond.
whoa.
This one is dark, however.
Hey guys, there's another chamber.
Oh, continues.
I
Okay.
mean, I guess I suspected that, hey, but we should probably go in that direction, if anything.
Seems to be the path forward, especially for looking for a garden area.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Does it look like water?
I stick my hand
It
in
looks like, yeah, it does look like water, but I'd say much like everything else here, it's highly oxygenated.
Okay. Doesn't smell funky though.
Oh, okay.
But there does appear to be like a rock stepping stone middle. Correct?
How
I
deep
thought
does
it
the
was
water
gonna
look,
drop
or
into
does
the
it just look like foggy in the water?
Anything bad from swimming?
From
Just squeezes.
like you're gonna try and swim and you're asking me what
Swimming.
happens?
Yes, please.
Nothing. As you enter the water, it's pretty easy to swim. In fact, the air is so oxygenated, the water is so oxygenated, it makes you feel like a little lighter while you're inside of it. It's slightly more buoyant.
That's incredible.
And you make your way across relatively easy. Arsene, however, I need you to make me an athletics check.
Dang it. Shit. He's like, oh, it's fine. Okay, I'll just walk in and athletics. Now I'm not good at that.
I was going to say, Bill would have tried to jump from since the gap.
Sure. Arsene, as you've entered in, you sink directly to the bottom. As you have no actual flesh or anything to be buoyant with, your bones and your backpack and all of your stuff just drag you immediately to the bottom. Again, yeah.
Okay,
However, you can walk relatively easily to the other side from the bottom. It's like, again, 20 foot. Yeah, it's 20 foot. You will not suffocate. You just climb back up.
I just Captain Jack Sparrow it.
Or are their bones still full of marrow?
Yeah, Lushar's not. She's gonna just try hopping.
I'd say they're empty. They're clear, so they fill up with water quite easily.
I'm just gonna hold on my bones.
Fill up with water.
I just get in the water and you see bubbles raise out of my arms. Damn it.
Yeah.
My own little flute.
Bones are probably very porous.
Yeah.
Like a jug full of water, I can just make my own sounds.
Alright. Are we all good?
Yeah. Yep, Lushar is just gonna hop the little rock and over. She's not really interested in swimming.
Hey, big man, you gonna take point here or chill out?
Bill will try and keep.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, then, yeah.
Sorry,
Shark, let's go.
I'm coming.
And Bill
Are
will
you
hold
going
up her
first,
because
then, or do you want me to go?
looks like a mess.
So before we cross the entirety of the room, perhaps I should describe it to you guys. I was actually seeing how far you guys would just go without me actually telling you what you've seen.
It was the other reason for me pausing until I said, "Shall we just advance?" Without you saying anything.
So,
which is why
it's Julia's fault.
Generally speaking, I wait for quiet before I describe at length because I know that certain members of my table tend not to focus or consider what I talk about. So I usually wait. Anyway, the walls of this natural stone cavern have been carved into a dozen bas-relief statues, many familiar humanoids wearing robes and carrying books, staves, or other sort of scholarly objects. There are others here, however, that seem to be not humanoid. Some insectoid in nature, some reptilian, a couple rodent, and a few that are completely unrecognizable. Now, as you enter this chamber, you all have 10 or more intelligence. Okay. Cool. Will save from everyone, please.
Oh, I don't know what's happening, so yeah, yeah, okay. Will save.
Your target number is 22.
Fuck. Can I hero point?
You may.
Yay. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Arsene and Lushara, you are not required to do this. However, Squee and Bilruta, the two of you, as you enter this area, suddenly feel the area fill with, well, actually, all of you can see this. The area begins to fill with this very, very dense and bizarre-looking mist. Shapes begin to twist and form within the mist that unfolds in front of you. And objects, and even people, begin to appear out of the nothing. So, what I require from you guys is, in turn, I need you guys to share with me the most embarrassing memory that your characters have. Now, there is a lot of damage here, potentially. And a very, very large staggering effect. You can halve this effect if you produce a meaningful or a viable, shameful story. If you sort of go, I went to school and found my pants down, that is not going to cut it, and you will take the full brunt of it, which, for the record, is 4d8 plus 2 mental damage and a permanent negative 10-foot move speed while you are, for about an hour. If you succeed, it's half of that. Well, with no slowing to your speed. Who would like to go first?
Well, Squee distinctly remembers that when they first started adventuring with non-goblinoids, they had joined up with a group, the Ribbon Brigade. They're known for wearing lots of ribbons in their hair. A bit gimmicky, but that's beside the point. And so Squee joined them, and it turns out we have to sort of be bunking fairly close proximity together. And one day Squee ate some bad whatever it was, probably some bad ham or beans. And halfway through the night, Squee had awful stomach cramps, and woke up the next morning having proverbially and also literally shat the bed. So Squee had to call over the group leader and ask the group leader to lead everyone away for 15 minutes in the morning, while Squee ended up grabbing their knapsack and just hucking it into a bush. Unfortunately, due to the nature of said beans, it had burnt a hole through the bottom of my my bedroll, and so as I hurled it sort of off into the bushes, it covered basically the entire camp. My prior exploit to have the group leader sort of send everyone away for a moment. It was so bad that I ended up also taking all of their knapsacks and hurling them off into the bush. Little did I know that one of those knapsacks was passed down intergenerationally, it was their great grandmother's. I'll never forget the words. I still can't get the smell out quite as, yeah.
Right.
That was 6 years ago.
So this this scene is what plays out in the mist. You guys witness this. As such, Squee, you only take 15 points of damage. However, you do not take the slowed penalty or anything like that. All right. Birita.
Right. This is what I've come up with anyway. So this goes back to when Bill was still relatively new in his more mercenary days. And he was dragged along by effectively his commander for, he doesn't really know why, because he was still relatively new to the profession at the time. And the night before, he was in the pub doing what he usually does. Drinking, shit-talking, effectively, to everyone else. To the point where he was obviously chatting up the various people and ended up throwing up over them. It wasn't until the next day that he realised that person I was sitting with was actually the prospective employer for the new mercenary band. And he has to, and he's trying to keep a straight face and subtly sling back. But he knows they recognise him quite clearly. Obviously, his commander, spotting all of this and realising everything is going to go south, kicks him out of the room unceremoniously. The group doesn't get the contract, and for the next 6 months, the commander is constantly spreading the story of the shit-faced dwarf who doesn't know how to interact with anyone and is constantly made the butt of ill jokes and sent cleaning the latrines for the company mess for quite a while. Until he learns to hold his liquor better.
Okay, that's a pretty solid one. I like that. I was gonna be like, drunken stories from a dwarf? Is that really embarrassing? But you played it off quite embarrassing, like as in Bill Rutar felt for that. So I will accept this. All right, that is only 4 points of damage, which becomes no damage. I love that. Squeeze like, fuck you, Bill. You and your fucking story. All right, however, we are going to go to initiative because this trap resets in rounds. So get a move on. Actually, we don't need to. If none of you are slowed down, I'm going to say this. You will need to run into the next chamber. This means you will enter the next chamber with reckless abandon to make a point. If you stop to analyze or to secure that room, you will trigger this trap again. So, my question to my players: run with reckless abandon into the next room or approach it cautiously. Now, there is a clear signal that the traps are resetting in that the mist, as the shapes appeared, subsided, and the statues, their eyes started to glow. You watch as they start to glow again, but this time they are pulsing, and that pulse is getting faster and faster and faster, and you can kind of tell it is amping up to do it again.
Yeah.
All right, so... yeah,
was
go ahead.
it obvious that Squee suffered pain from that?
Probably not obvious, no. I'd say he definitely did. I mean, if he said ow, maybe, but, you know, there's no physical manifestation of injuries of a mental
Right, that's
variety.
why I'm like, did Squee like cry out or otherwise show pain to give them a reason to be like, oh, let's get out of here?
My face is just like, but that's mostly.
Okay, yeah, then I vote for running with reckless abandon because I'm like, oh no, whatever is happening hurts.
Yeah, Bella's just like, that was super embarrassing. I don't want to live through that again. And he just, boom, straight across. He doesn't want to relive another embarrassing moment. He's just gone.
Oh, wait, the light's on Squee.
And honestly,
Yeah.
Lushar doesn't want to see any more of those.
Oh, that was only one embarrassing thing. Gosh.
Yeah, she didn't.
All right, let's go through.
Yeah, no,
I'll
I
vote
imagine
for
we all
going
just
through
run
too.
through.
I yell at everyone to hold their nose while they do.
Because that's all there.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Dag to give the all clear to zoop us off to the next room.
All right, you guys.
Already.
So you guys will zoop to the next room.
Abandoned.
Please place yourself on the other side of that line.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'll move a little bit further.
If you are reckless abandoning and do not want to trigger a trap, that line you have to be on the other side of it.
The other side of this line, okay.
Yep.
And it's still, I didn't say on the line, Lushar.
No, I was waiting for.
Okay.
No, you're
I'll
good.
make it clear.
I know, I was trying to get to a
That
good
was
spot that I
mid-room.
can move.
No, you guys are good. You guys are good. I'm just pushing. I know. See, because here's the thing. I love it because I know how much my players usually like to err on the side of caution and stuff. So when I say you must run with reckless abandon, you know, there'll still be this case of like, you know, like, but
You run in there, I'm like,
Yeah. Okay.
Coupled with don't run too far into the room before you describe the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could if you would like to. You can keep running if you'd like, Bilrata. I mean, you don't have to stop right there. You see, immediately you see like 4 passageways that lead in different directions.
This looks like there's bones on the ground, so if that's the case, Lushara would come to skidding stop as soon as she saw all the bones.
There are bones. All right.
Yeah.
Bilrata.
Mm-hmm.
As you enter the room, you look around and can see a multitude of different caverns leading in different directions. This rough-hewn cavern is braced by large pillars of stone, which of course are these like these things here. So these are actually pillars, and the shadows that are cast there are just the actually hold on, there we go. Yeah, there we go. My audience can now see the whole room. So yes, there's these large pillars of stones, and surrounding them are bones, rotted armor, and belongings just all over the floor. When you enter, 3 of these skeletal forms start to rise up and take up sword and shield as you prepare for battle. Bilrata, you are first on the list, followed by the armored skeletons, Lushara, more of the armored skeletons, and then Squee and Arsini.
Hell's really rocking the initiative rules today.
Yeah, freaking killing it.
Okay, well, I did say Bill was charging ahead with reckless abandon, so he sees these things moving, but he was still running, so I'm going to say Bill would keep running up until he gets to the one at the back, which I appreciate probably trigger an attack of opportunity from the middle one, if there is one.
All right.
Muted.
Yep. All right. You make your way over and go for it.
No, I'm saying did middle one trigger an attack of opportunity as Bill ran past
No,
it?
not at all. They're assembling.
Very well. They're still assembling. Okay, so since Bill is charging and this thing appeared to be effectively semi-blocking the path through, as part of the run-through, can Bill effectively shoulder charge this thing as it's assembling? Effectively an unarmed attack.
All right. Very well. With your lower center of gravity, you move with haste through the bones and collide with this creature. Roll you to hit.
Oh, damn.
That's 5.
Fantasy
Today is a
grounds.
good day.
5 out of like what,
It
6? Isn't this like 5 out of 6 rolls you've made have been natural 20s?
No.
Oh no, yeah,
No,
like
but-
no, like close though. Like it's
That's a
you've
good one,
rolled
yeah.
more natural 20s than anything this game.
Yep.
All right. Well, pick a number between 1 to 5. Not that it'll matter. What'd you get?
Well, you never know. 5.
All right. Bludgeoning. Nope, because that is not gonna happen. Yep. And stay down is the actual thing it's called. You knock him prone and stun him. But I feel like you just shatter him into a billion little tiny skeleton pieces.
Yep, well, it kind of fits with Bill just charging through, trying to get away from the other room from the bars and memories. Yeah, Bill will just shout out, "Come on, let's get away from that nest!" As he sees everyone else huddled still closer to the entrance.
Oops, I accidentally deleted the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. Oh my god. That's fine. That one is dead. I will simply add there. Done. Good. All right, Bilrata, you crush that one absolutely.
So
The remaining
move, crush, and shout out.
Yeah, the remaining 2 skeletons, one is going to move across and use a lance to try and stab you.
Oh, damn.
With a critical hit.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
Is he within 30 foot of you?
Actually, I don't think a crit will help anyway with it, because I was going to cast Janie's Veil to give him concealment.
I mean, you could. It's just
But
within range.
It makes a miss.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I will use a focus spell and cast as a reaction Genie's Veil.
All right, let's see. It misses.
Oh,
All right.
yes!
The as
Yay,
it goes
it
to
worked!
land a critical hit, it strikes the pillar on the other side and destroys it.
Oops. Sorry, don't ignore the insignificant. I changed it to 1 myself, so I used the 1. So
And then second attack, it will try to hit Bill Retire again. And will just miss outrightly. Okay. The
That's
second
awesome.
one is going to move over to Arsini. And will lance Arsini. Or attempt to, anyway.
ouch! Ouch!
A critical... What?
Oh, damn.
Talking about a critical miss. All right, picking number 2, 1 to 5, as this one steps out, tries to stab you and fails because apparently Fantasy Grounds has it out for me today.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, because he does not have a thing. Nope, because he doesn't have that. Nope, because we don't use those stats.
So many dopes.
Broken Tooth. Okay, well, this kind of works. So I'm going to go with Broken Bones. It has a -2 penalty to its attacks for 1 round.
Whoa.
So with its second attack action, it is going to try and hit Arsini again.
Ouch.
And will hit.
Yeah.
All right, Arsini, you are stabbed
Sorcery.
for 10 damage. As we then go to Lashara.
Okay. Lushara is going to summon Magnus's other form by yelling out to Baruch. Because she needs some help here. And then Squee looks a little rough. So after
I'll be
she
right.
summons Magnus, she's going to... Where is it?
Kill the thing.
Treat wounds on Squee, since she has battle medicine. Okay. We're gonna do that. And we are... Let me just double check. Did I grab assurance yet? No. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to treat wounds on Squee. So, Oh.
Ooh, unfortunately, that is not going to cut it. You do have hero points.
Yes. May I use a hero point? Let's retry that.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Here we go again. Come on. We can do this. Oh, we did it. Yes. Okay, and that's 2d8. Are they? Okay. And I believe that is my 3 actions. Magnus, and then treating wounds on Squee. I think
You're
treat
muted
wounds
again,
is
Doug.
it.
Sorry. Thank you. Done and done. Okay.
Just need to pop Magnus onto the.
We're on the left-hand side or the right-hand side? Right-hand side, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to
Now, at
add
this
a little
point, I'd say that the creature is close enough that Magnus would go to attack. So we're going to make 2 attacks from Magnus. With the first scratch. Ooh, dealing no damage because it is quite resistant. And the third attack is going to miss. Okay. The creature basically fends off Magnus as Magnus leaps on, letting loose this terrifying roar. And despite the heat that seems to come from it, the creature seems to still be standing. As we then go to Squee.
All right. So I would like to first. Oh gosh, Magnus is kind of in the way of me.
You can get around him if you need to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you
he's
just
not going to
move
block you.
Other people?
Does he what?
Can I just move fine through other people?
Yes, you can. But as you do so, it will get an attack of opportunity. As it attempts to lance you. Oh, come now. But will miss. As you scurry past Magnus and onto the other side of it.
Easy peasy. Great. Now I'm going to do my combat assessment on this again. And I actually have lore for this. So I have undead lore. But let's see if I hit. Alright. Come on, skeleton. Take that. That wasn't what I wanted. Oh well. And then, look, I'm going to try and... Shoving it's not going to move it away from anyone. Because it's going to get shoved straight into a pillar, hey? Alright. Look, let's just go again on an attack. Alright. Nothing.
Alright, unfortunately, as you step up, the creature's armor seems to protect it quite well from the knife that you are wielding. The slashes clang and clatter against the old but still effective armor. As we then go to Arsini.
It's a flail that I'm using right now.
A flail? Sorry, I thought you were using a knife. My apologies. The flail that seems to still to scratch and bounce off the armor.
Alright. So Arsini, having his loot still in his arms, he's going to attempt something the party has never seen him do before. And now that he's back, he's technically had it this whole time, even as a dwarf. But he's going to once again cast Infectious Enthusiasm as I pluck away at the loot, making myself a little bit more approachable, giving a +1 to charisma saves. Or not charisma saves, charisma skill checks, and I'm going to speak in a language they don't understand to this skeleton and try to say, "Wait, don't hurt us. We were just passing through. We were looking to meet up with Iscariel, just for some information. We didn't mean to disturb you."
They turn and they say, "We are the fallen unworthy. We did not pass the trials, and neither shall thee." And as they say this, the pillars that hold up the roof suddenly click and start to rotate. Very rapidly, the ceiling begins to descend. And as it does so, Arsini looks up. You have...
alright, guys, we gotta run!
And on those words... That is where we're going to end today's session. All right. Exciting stuff, guys! Will our heroes make it away from the dreaded trap room, or are they going to become pancakes, much like the rest of these unfortunate souls? Find out when we return next week for our gripping adventures into the memory cache. This has been Gatewalkers with my lovely and amazing Patreons. A big thank you to, of course, my players, OG Lava Kitten, Schooly Eye, Immersion Diversion, and, of course, our dear friend Nick. Thank you for coming and playing and hanging out. It was absolutely great. Another shout out and big thank you to all the people who donate. Christina, you lovely, beautiful legend, thank you so much for your donation. And, of course, the indomitable McClover for coming out and helping us out as well. Guys, it means so much and makes a huge difference in just, keeping us here, keeping us doing all this stuff. So thank you guys again. Because, of course, it is a Sunday, as we know, we have our show starting in 8 hours, which is, of course, our Curse of the Crimson Throne game, where our heroes are currently invading an an abandoned orcish fortress filled with undead. They are trying to find a magic sword. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Who knows? Sometimes maybe they do good. Sometimes they maybe do shit. We'll find out. So yeah, come by and tune in for that one. Before we leave off, let's leave off with a good dag formation. Now, this one goes out to the people who need to hear this as well. We are the arbiters of our own destinies, and there are so many aspects of our life that we do not have control over. We do not control the weather. We do not control the time. We do not control the tide or the sea, but one thing we can control is our bodies. Remember this, people. Do not let other people dictate to you what you can, cannot, shall, or shall not do outside of a professional space. If you are going to work with children, of course, there is certain things you need to wear and be appropriate for. Same thing if you're in an office setting. But no one else has the right. Well, I mean, even in an office space, let's touch on that real quick. There is such a thing as being dressed appropriately and being dressed for other bullshit. Recognize other bullshit and go to HR. Just don't want to put that out there. But otherwise, yes, wear a fucking hard hat when you go to work at a construction site. That kind of thing is what I mean. But yes, do not let people dictate to you how you present yourself, how you decide and choose to be, because we have so little choices in our lives, and these choices are important. And again, as long as it's a choice, that's the important bit. So yes, all this stuff. Okay. Well, that's it. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. Be sure to catch you guys around. B-Town, you're fucking legend. You just here, just for you. You fucking awesome. That's all. All right, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks. Bye.
Bye.